Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletale. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to Tattletales. And thank you. That was very nice. You're going to have a good time today. I promise you that, because we have some wonderful people on the show. A rookie couple, somebody you've never seen in this context before. You've seen him on his own television show, and it's a hit, too. And I want to introduce him to you now. Winning money for the blues section today, the man from Atlantis himself, Mr. Patrick Duffy, and his wife, Carlin.
Money, 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 money.
Yes. Winning money today for the banana section, we have Alan Ludden and his wife, Betty White.
Okay, we're going to do it.
Winning money today for the red section, we have country singer Bill Anderson and his wife, Becky Anderson. How are things going on the show, Patrick?
Very well.
Yes?
Very well. Yeah, we're on a little vacation called unemployment until we're start up again.
It's not. It's called hiatus.
No, it's called hiatus, right?
I never heard
Some
the
people
word
have been on hiatus for years.
Well, you're not going to be. I love the show, and I wish you continued success with it, too.
Thank you. Blue's my color.
It is?
Water.
Water, blue. Right.
Gold is my color.
What's that?
I like gold.
Gold?
Yellow.
Yeah. Oh, what is it, Bill?
I guess red.
Red is passion, and with passion we win.
Right. All right, now that we've done all that, let's see what's really going to happen, okay? Ladies, here's the first question. It's worth $150 to your rooting sections. When you were dating, did you prefer the guys who were sure of themselves or the guys who were a little shy? Which guy did you prefer? I think that's a good one. Off you go. Both appealing. I'm in their way, absolutely. Patrick, what do you think Carlin will say? Now, she'll probably relate this to you, because I think that's what you're going to do. But remember, I said when you were dating.
Yes.
So it's not only you, it's in general. What kind of guys did she prefer?
She's like a guys that mess around. She likes guys that go and are sure of themselves and no question about it.
What they want.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You have a way of putting little things at the end of my sentences.
Well, I wanted to clear up, because I know what you really mean. And,
yeah, I know. But yeah, I think she likes people who are very sure of themselves.
Right, you got it. Here she comes. Colin, when you were dating, what kind of guys did you prefer? Guys who were sure of themselves or a little shy?
I like to take a guy who's really sure of himself and make him shy.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's what the man said. Take a guy who's sure of himself and make him shy. How do you go about doing that? I mean, is that really, you mean that?
Yeah, well, I used to drop the names of a lot of books I had read and fancy dishes I could cook and make them feel kind of dumb.
Try to intimidate them as best you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to handle a guy who's sure of himself. You got to come back at him. What will Betty say, Alan?
Well, if you mean by sure of yourself, the kind of guy, the macho kind of guy who is really, a big macho character, I think that from hearing her talk about her dating days, and there were a long time of dating days, I don't think she was ever too much for the macho sure of himself. I think she kind of preferred the guy who had a gentler approach, if that's shy. I don't think that's shy.
Now, it's interesting how you've twisted my words here, but you can take it any way you want to. I didn't say macho. I said sure of himself. Now,
I know, but I've got to read what she's going to read and sure of himself. I think she's going to read it that way.
All right.
She certainly doesn't like anybody who's insecure,
Right.
as opposed to, But I think what your question means. What are we talking about? She's going to say, I don't know what she's saying.
for all that.
I think she's going to say that she likes the shy, thinking that the other was the macho.
All right, okay. That's what it'll be then.
For the new cars.
What's that? Yeah, here she comes. Shh. Betty, which did you prefer? The guys who were sure of themselves or the guys who were a little shy?
See, they can fool you, because you think they're the strong, silent type, and you find they're really not playing with a full deck up here. But I kind of still like the shy type.
That's the one. You got it.
Okay. And everybody knows I'm the shy type.
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, yes. Mr. Shy, Alan. Try
Yeah.
not to laugh hysterically, Betty. He is shy. Isn't he shy?
He's too shy.
Too shy.
No, one shy.
That's funny. That's what,
That only hurts.
that's what my father-in-law says to me. I'm gun shy. Okay, Bill, what will Becky say?
Becky is so sure of herself that I think if she were to be around, a really shy kind of guy, I think she would just, it'd be like she'd mash him up like potatoes and go right on.
Right.
So I'm going to say the guy that's sure of himself.
Right, the sure of himself
Yeah, I
type
think so.
fella. All right, here she comes. Let's see. Which kind of guy did you prefer when you were dating, Becky? The guys who were sure of themselves, the guys who are a little bit shy?
I've been back here really wrestling with myself over this one, and I feel that probably sure of themselves.
That's it. You got it. You figured it out. We'll split it 3 ways. You were all right. One shy and two sure of themselves, and we'll come back in a moment. We're sure of that. We wish you would. We're not sure of that. Please come back. Okay, listen to this one for question number 2. This will get you in a little trouble, maybe. Ladies, your husband gives you a present of a sexy nightgown that you really don't like. Would you keep it and wear it for him, or would you return it for a style you like? What would you do? Off you go. It probably has happened. Has it ever happened to you, Alan?
What? I just like the way you read the question. No, I'll tell you, Betty has a very rigid rule, and salespeople all over town don't understand it. But if I give her something, if I give her a gift, she loves it, and she never returns it. And I have, in fact, given her nightgowns that she wasn't too thrilled with, but she has worn them.
Really?
And then later on, I find that they're not, but she'll wear them. No, the answer, gang, we are in clover. I am positive of this answer.
Yeah. Okay, Alan, you just keep
You
on
have
dreaming
known me
there.
to say that before,
A
haven't you?
few times. You say no, she would not return it.
She would not return it, she would wear it.
Here she comes. Betty, Alan gives you sexy nightgown. You don't like it. Would you wear it for him anyway, or would you return it and get one you like?
It's happened, and I'd wear it for him.
That's correct. That's what the man said.
You see? It's even on... Betty,
What?
tell him the truth. You've
Well-
even worn a nightgown that I bought you that was uncomfortable because I
Well,
bought
it wasn't after I cut the feet out. You know, and sewed up the track where it was okay.
Okay.
That's my job, Alan. You just did that beautifully. I'm used to playing into her hands like that. Oh, that's funny. What will Becky say, Bill?
I don't think I ever bought her one with feet in it. Becky likes to
Try
please.
it. She might like it.
I don't know what size feet she's got. I don't know. Mittens, no, I'm just kidding. She likes to please me. I think she thought, if it made me happy, then it was okay with her.
Right. Okay. I once bought my wife a nightgown, and she opened it up, and it was so pretty. It was black and lacy and 2 straps, and she held it up, and it was only this long. She never wore it either. I don't know why she never did. Sure wish she would.
You never give up, do you?
No, I'm not going to give up. It's the true story. It's probably why it wasn't terribly amusing. Let's see what Becky says. Becky, what do you think? Bill gives you a nightgown, sexy nightgown, and you really don't like it. Would you wear it for him, or would you return it for one that you do like?
I would wear absolutely anything he brings home for me to wear.
That's right. That's what the man said. Well, this is going fairly easy for you, gang. Patrick, are you going to make it a 3-way tie here? Yep. No problem with this.
No, no problem.
She's going to wear it.
She would wear it because if you buy something that you think is sexy for somebody, they're wearing it for you and
Yeah.
not for themselves. So I'd say definitely she'd wear it and just turn everything on.
Okay. Let's bring Carlin on. Here she comes. What would you do? He buys you a sexy nightgown. You don't like it. He likes it. Would you return it and get something you like?
I would keep it even if it was really yucky.
Really yucky, eh? You're right. We have a 3-way tie. Everybody got that one right. It's halftime, fellas. Step to the rear. We'll bring the ladies out front. We'll come back with a second half of Tabitha Films after this message. Hello. We've changed places after halftime, haven't we? We have a three-way tie. The fellas are in the back. This question is for them.
That's one of the ways.
Yes, it's a three-way tie.
That's the second way.
That's the second way.
And that's the third way.
Third-way tie. There. Very good. Okay. I'm a three-way tie. Would I lie to you? That's why you and I get along so well. See, I love that. I thought that was wonderful. Men, you have to spend the night. Oh, listen to this. Men, you have to spend the night in an old Victorian house that everybody says is haunted. Would you rather stay there alone or with your wife? I don't know the significance of that, but we'll find out. Think about it, fellas. Goodbye. I guess it means that misery loves company or not, I guess. What do you think? Would Bill want you to be there with him? Or would he want not you have him there?
No, I think he'd want me to be there.
Think so?
I think so.
Two of you might as well be
Surely.
scared to death, huh?
You think he would? Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever been in a house that was supposedly haunted?
I think probably so when I was a kid. You know, there was always a haunted house or supposedly a haunted house.
That's right. There always is one, isn't there,
Yeah,
somewhere?
somewhere
Okay.
back there in my childhood.
So you think Bill will have you there with him?
I think so.
Okay, here he comes. What would you do? You got to spend the night in this old Victorian house that's supposed to be haunted. You want Becky with you or no?
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot, yeah, you got it.
I want her with me in any house. I don't care whether it's haunted or not.
Have you ever been in a haunted house, Bill?
No, I don't guess so. I mean, you know, like maybe on Halloween, one of these things, you know, where you pay 50 cents and go through and, you know...
I don't think that's what we had in mind, Bill. No, we mean the real thing. Have you ever been in a haunted house, Carlin?
No, but I'd love to. I think it sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was a place in Oklahoma once that you would see a light out in the field. And you drive to that, and there was nothing there. But when you would be away from it, there was definitely a light out in this field. Wasn't that interesting?
Those things are fascinating.
Yeah, it was. It was a real phenomenon. Do you think that Patrick would like you to be in the haunted house with him?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Okay.
Either for protection or just to...
For protection. He may need... You don't know. He might be scared of ghosts. So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Here he comes. Patrick, what do you think? You have to spend the night in this old Victorian haunted house. Would you like Carlin to be there with you or not?
If I couldn't have anything else there, I'd rather Carlin be there with me. Yes.
That's right. You got it.
He's much better at handling poltergeists and
Yes.
ghosties and things like that.
Have you ever been in a haunted house, Patrick? Or have you ever seen one? Or
I've had some strange experiences, yeah.
You have?
Some very weird experiences.
Tell us.
Huh?
Tell us.
Yeah, he asked you about a haunted house, not your strange experience.
Oh, that was a different show. No, it's just some strange feelings of weird things that you can't see or feel or touch, but you kind of, they're somewhere out there.
Like a presence is
Yeah,
there, maybe?
you know, that spooky stuff. And she's very strong, and so I really like to have her around when those things are going on.
That's what she said. For protection, you could use her.
That's it.
Thank you, Patrick. We still have a tie, so this will make it a three-way tie again. Not the one that, you know, in the game.
Right. He's
Yeah,
Not the other one.
Well, when we were first married, Alan and I lived in New York, up in Westchester for about 5.5 years, and we swore we had a ghost in our house. He thought I was crazy at first because I would hear this laugh, and then a couple of nights I'd hear somebody called Jeb. Jeb, we lived in this old farmhouse, and he heard it one night, so
my.
we're convinced that we had a
I just got
friendly
chills when
ghost.
you said that.
Oh, it was just fascinating, because Jeb is not a name that you would make up. you
No.
know. So I think if he couldn't have Lauren Bacall, I think he'd like me to be in the haunted house with him.
Right. Well, I can understand. He'll say, yes, he would
Yes.
like you there. Oh, Jeb. Alan, what do you think? If you had to spend a night in a haunted house, an old Victorian thing, would you like to have Betty with you?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what she said. Well, that was so easy.
Gosh!
No problem for that one. We'll split that one three ways. We still have a three-way tie. Now we'll come back with a $300 question. That will decide it. We'll get him. We have two questions. We have time, so we're going to do this one for $150. Then we'll play for the $300 question, and that's an even bigger bonus for everybody here in the audience. All right, here we go. Ben, the question is to you. The two of you are meeting a friend at an out-of-the-way little restaurant. Is he more likely to get there if you give him the directions or if your wife gives him the directions? You're both meeting this friend, okay? Off you go. That's a good question, I think. What do you think? What will Patrick say?
Oh, he should definitely give the directions. I mean, I really get mixed up getting off freeways and stuff.
Really?
I can't explain it.
Do you
I can
know-
do it, but I can't explain it.
Have you both lived out here a long time?
No, we've been here about 3.5, 4 years. Yeah,
Right,
I can navigate. I just can't tell someone else how to do it.
Right, so more likely to get there the friend is if Patrick tells him.
Oh, yeah, for
Here he
sure.
comes. Patrick, how is your friend more likely to get to the restaurant, if you give him the directions or if Carlin does?
Well, if you'd asked this question in a couple of months from now, it would have been a different answer. But still, I would say that if I gave the answer, he'd be there sooner.
That's right. If you gave the directions,
She's
you're the
getting
one.
better fast. She's improving every day.
Thank you, Patrick. Betty, between you and Alan, how would the guy get there best?
I think Alan can't follow directions, but he gives directions very well. I think he'd better do it, or we'd eat alone a lot.
Okay.
I'm no good at it.
All right, he's the one. Here he comes. Alan, how would your friend best get to this restaurant, if you gave directions or if Betty did?
If I did.
That's right. We still have a tie. If you get this right, Becky, we still have a three-way tie. What's the answer?
We're both pretty good at it, but Bill has a little bit of an edge on me where his sense of direction, I mean, he's just a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
So I think he'll say that he is better.
He'd be the one.
Uh-huh.
Here he comes.
I think so. I hope so.
Between you and Becky, Bill, who would give the better directions to your friend to get to that restaurant?
All I can go by is we live out in the country, out from Nashville, and it's kind of hard to find our house. And I know there have been a couple of times when we've had people coming out, and Becky has told them how to get there, and 2 days later they've called us from Chattanooga. So I think if I gave them the directions.
That's it. We still have a three-way tie. We split that 150 three ways. Look at this. All right. Each one of you has $200. We have a three-way tie. This question is worth $300. This will break the tie. I hope. I think. Here we go. This is the question. Men, you're both awakened at 4 in the morning by an emergency phone call. Which of the two of you could handle it better? You or your wife? Okay? We're asking really who gets themselves together quickly, faster under those circumstances, being awakened at 4 in the morning. Off you go. What do you think between
Well,
you and Patrick, Carla?
Yeah, I'd have to say that I'm more wide awake, waked up in the middle of the night like that. He can talk very articulately and be sound asleep.
And not
so
have any idea what he's saying.
He would not
right?
know what was going on.
You'd be the
So
one.
It's me, yeah.
Here he comes. Patrick, between
Yes.
you and Carlin, which one of you would be able to handle that call at 4 in the morning better?
I would handle it better.
No, that's not what she said. There goes our tie. She said, you can talk wonderfully, but have no idea what you're saying because you're still asleep.
I'd handle it better. I'd still be asleep, yeah. But
Yes. Sorry about that, Betty, between you and Alan.
Well, if I did answer it, I'd say it's for you. No, he would do a much better job.
He wakes up quicker, does he?
No, he doesn't wake up quicker, but he just handles things better than I.
I see. All right, here he comes. Yeah, that's the other way to take this question, by the way. Alan, the phone rings 4 o'clock in the morning, wakes you both up. Which one of you would which one of you is better able? Which one of you?
Can read the question.
I got the idea, Bert.
Okay.
I'm afraid, gang, we might break the tie now if we haven't already.
It's already been broken.
It has. Oh, well, we might keep a tie. If he blew it, I might. I don't really know what she said on this. I hope she said that of the two of us, I was better able to do things faster.
That's it. Better able to handle it. That's what she said. You got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Betty.
This is it, Becky. This will decide it right here.
Here again, boy, if it happened during the day or before bedtime, I would be better, I think, but it takes me at least 3 hours to wake up.
Three hours?
Well, forget the mornings.
Right, just-
Mornings are out.
Total loss altogether.
Totally out.
Okay.
So for
well, now
that
4
reason,
o'clock in the morning, is that technically morning or nighttime for you?
Well, that's morning.
Yeah,
You know,
very early.
Yeah, unless we're out till 4, then
Right.
then it's probably night. But anyway, since we're being awakened,
Yeah.
I think probably Bill will. I think he'll say.
He'll say himself.
I hope
All right. He gave the directions, and he's able to handle the phone call. Let's see what he
Sure.
says. Stick with him. This will decide it, Bill. This is it. Everything comes down to the words you say in the next few seconds. You're awakened by a phone call, an emergency phone call, 4 o'clock in the morning. Which of the two of you could handle it better, you or Becky?
She wouldn't even hear the phone. I could.
That's it. You got it. Becky and Bell and Betty and Alan are right. They split it in half. Time is up. The Bananas and the Reds win it. come back in a moment to give the Bananas and the Reds their money. They deserve it, please. See you then.
The blank blue index card. Essential, humble, boring. Just wait. But add stars and it becomes dazzling. Irreverent.
He put it in her cleavage.
Educational.
Anybody knows there are two N's in canon.
Hysterical. And downright valuable. Match Game. It's where all cards aspire to be. Tune in. Coming up next on Buzzer.
Time is up, and the Bananas and the Reds won it for $350. We had 1,000. Those two sections will divide $1,700. Not bad, gang. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Bert Thomas saying so long. I'll see you the next time, right here on Tattletale. Bye.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletale. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.